Okay, well, good evening to everybody. Thanks for jumping on. As I mentioned, we've got a great call as always. So excited. Thank you guys for jumping on. I know yesterday with the Super Bowl, this is like even more important than Super Bowl. Everybody's more excited to be on this one than they were last night. Everybody ate really, really healthy. So that's what's got me most excited. I think I'm done eating carbs for like 2 weeks, and Brenda said she was done for a full year. So we'll see how that goes. But we've got a great call for everybody. We've got more importantly, we've got three really cool reps that have some great stories and some great tips on how they've built their business and kind of what they're doing. So really excited about that tonight. But I wanted to kind of start out with, as always, with some different announcements and kind of what we've got going on. So first and foremost, this month, as all of you know, or hopefully all of you know, we've got the Zaya 1-year anniversary. And we're not just doing the one 10% deal that we did last, what would have been Tuesday. But as you saw today, we've got the $50 off all starter kits for a few days. And then next week, we'll do something else. We're going to be doing stuff all month long to make sure that you guys are, you have the support you need, that we can help you to get more customers, that we can get more orders out there. We want this to really, really be a big month. And that's why we did it on the first of the month on that 10% instead of, the last day. And as you guys can see, all of you guys that are working right now can see that everybody's volume, your PV and CV is going to be way up over last month. This is actually probably hands down the best 5 days of a month we've ever had to start the month. And I'm talking November, which was a huge month, October, December, January. These are the best 5 days we've ever had. So this is going to be a great month. Now, obviously, we've got 3 less days. And the other thing is a lot of you will be in Las Vegas the last few days of the month. So we got to make sure that these first, 20, 25 days of the month, we push really, really hard, get as many parties done as we can, get as much going as we can, because there is a lot that can be done. February can be a huge month, and that's what really leads into the biggest months of the year, which are March, April, and May. And so that's why you'll see that we are really pushing for parties and enrollments these first 3 months of the year, because if we can get more parties and enrollments, and we're getting them, you will see that that really will lead into March and April and May, which are huge months before we hit the summer months. So again, we'll have more stuff coming this month. We'll have some more stuff coming next week and the week after. But we are so unbelievably grateful for everything that's happened over the last 12 months. It's been an incredible journey. Some of you guys that are on the call tonight have been with us from day one. And some of you that are on the call tonight have been with us for less than 48 hours. And that's the incredible thing about what we're doing, is that this business, it does not matter if you've been in for 12 months or 12 minutes. It's for everybody, and everybody can be successful. So what we're going to talk about tonight is some of those that have been successful and how they've kind of got through the holidays and had a really good month in January, and how their teams are growing. Because I think it's always easier to hear from those that are doing it instead of from me. I mean, obviously, I'm not out in the field. Brenda's not out in the field. Aaron's not out in the field. Megan, we're here as a support for you. You guys are out there every day talking about this brand and talking about this opportunity. And so that's why we want to make sure that you guys understand how grateful for we are. And we will continue to make sure that this month is very special. We'll get you guys some different promotions to help you guys out with that. Okay. Now with that, I do want to talk about last month, because last month was awesome, as has every month for the last 5 months, as we've been growing and growing, and we have more and more reps that have been joining. I know it may sound like a broken record that I say this every time, but honestly, we couldn't be more excited about what's going on. And every month we come out with projections on what we think is going to happen, and you guys prove us wrong every single month, and we think it's awesome. So with that, I want to talk a little bit about what happened last month, because I think that we had such an awesome month. I want to talk about those that hit junior rep, and then I'm going to our different rank advancements, and then I'm going to talk about those that hit that promotion, because then in a few months, those that are hitting this promotion have a chance at an extra $5,000. So again, this is awesome. But those that hit junior rep for the first time last month, that rank advanced last month to the rank of junior rep are, and again, I'm horrible with names, so if I mess any of these up, I am really, really sorry. But you'll know that the effort is there, and that's what matters most. Channy Packer, Amanda Cameron, Melissa Miles, Sarah Holenbeck, Blair Sells, Robin Gubler, I apologize, Tia Wilson, and Stephanie Gallen. we had 7 new junior reps last month, actually 8, but one of them skipped over and they're going to be talking to us tonight. We had 8 new junior reps last month in a month that is typically one of the slowest of the year, because you've got everybody coming out of the holidays. They're not spending as much money on clothes. You've got you've got New Year's, Chinese New Year's on my mind right now, because all of our manufacturers take like 3 weeks off. So that's what's on my mind. But you have New Year's coming out of January. And so it's usually a month where a lot of people use it as an excuse to kind of take it off, but you guys did not. And that's incredible. So congratulations to all of our new junior reps. And if you know any of them, if you see any of them, or even if you don't know them and you maybe follow them on Instagram, congratulate them, because that is awesome to do what they did last month to hit junior rep. Now, our senior reps, Andrea Cottle. So junior reps to hit 2,000, senior reps hitting 4,000 points. You got Andrea Cottle, Jennifer Marth, Melanie Van Weisenberg, Becky Holt, Stephanie Barney, Lindsay Welsey, I apologize, and Ashley Townsend. Awesome job to hit. Such a great job of hitting those ranks last month, and to do what you guys did. So awesome. That's not easy. And then we had one new director, again, who I said would be on the call tonight. Allie, are you, let's see, will you take you off? I'm going to unmute you to see if I can hear you. Can I?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yep. Okay. So the one on the right, let's see, the one, not the phone.
I'm trying to just,
oh wait, the phone does work. So I need you to turn one of them off, because you're going to echo. So the one you're looking at right now does work.
Okay. Can you hear me from this one?
Perfect. So
Perfect.
I'm not having to talk yet, but I just want to make sure that you were working so that we didn't have any problems. Perfect.
Great.
Okay. And then we had one executive director, Jody Bennett, who had such an awesome month. Truly just awesome. What an incredible job. And I think you guys are going to hear from her down in Vegas, and we've got some really good news coming out with what we're going to be doing in Las Vegas. And you just stay tuned for kind of our agenda down there and what we're going to be talking about. But to have those kind of rank advancements in January is not an easy thing, because once we hit this month, we're going to have a ton of rank advancements, and you will be just shocked at the amount of rank advancements we hit in March and April and May. So keep working, keep trying to hit those. But if you know any of them, or you follow them on Instagram, or you could talk to them, congratulate those guys, because they did such a good job for the last month. So the other one I wanted to talk about, the other really impressive, the impressive promotion, or the promotion that we ran, and the people that hit this last month, was not easy. And so we had a couple people that hit 3 new reps. They had 3 new reps, so they got a $100 bonus, and that is Ashley Doyle and Blair Sells. So they got $100 extra just for doing that. And then we had all of these people who had 2,500 in PV, in personal volume last month, who also got a $100 bonus. Allison Kelly, Amanda Lowry, Amanda Schwab, Amber Davies, Andrea Cottle, Danielle Naylor, Ellie Kruger, Heidi Reed, Lacey Christensen, Stephanie Barney, Tara Quick, Tia Wilson, Tina Temple, and Tracy Perry. Look at that, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 people who last month, 14 people who had over 2,500 personal volume. That is so impressive. And that just means you're doing parties. That means you're selling, you're getting on Instagram, you're doing your Facebook parties, you're doing normal parties. I mean, that's from so many different angles to do that much volume. And that's really what we want to do. Now, we had 7 people who did both, which means they got a $500 bonus and a free pair of Nike, the Nike shoes that, the Zaya Nikes that we're designing. We had some back that we designed back in October, and then we've got some more that are going to be coming out. But Allie Holt, Jody Bennett, Katie Harlan, Megan Grimm, Monica Gagney, Shauna Farnsworth, and Shelby Trail. Look at that. How many people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people who did over 2,500 and had 3 enrollments last month, and they are in the running. If they can do that this month and next month, they get an extra $5,000 to their commission coming out of March, which we pay in April, and they could have a total of $6,500 extra to their commission. And we would love it for every one of them to do that. If all 7 of them could hit that for an extra $6,500, that would be the that would make us the happiest to be able to pay them that extra bonus. So congratulations to you guys for doing that and for an incredible month. So we've got 3 people that I've invited onto the call tonight, and each of them I want to just take a couple minutes. I mean, it's easy sometimes, I know, to just, you get so excited and you start talking. But again, I don't want you guys to be nervous, but just take a couple minutes. And I've asked each of them to kind of talk about something a little bit different, kind of how they've done what they've done, how they've been successful. Some people, they're all in different circumstances. Some live in Utah, some don't, some are back east, you know, they're all over the place. And so you get kind of a different flavor, a different feel for what they're doing. So I'm going to start with you, Allie, who hit director this month. I want you to talk a little bit about how long you've been doing Zaya. I want you to talk about what you're most excited about and kind of how you've done it, because you've got an incredible story. So I'm going to unmute you, and we're all ears.
Okay. Can you hear me? Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on. I feel totally unqualified for this, but I'm super excited, and hopefully something I say will ring true to somebody here, and help somebody in some way. So I joined Zaya back in the middle of November. So that's putting me at just about a little over 2.5 months now. I kind of joined as like a nervous, skeptical rep. Asked Jody, I was kind of like, what the heck? I don't want to do this, but my husband was actually the one who really wanted me to do this. And anyway, the rest is history. Like Zach said, I did make it to director last month, and that was only in 2.5 months time. So kind of a whirlwind, super crazy. But I didn't have any experience with sales in my past. So I kind of came in not really knowing how I was going to do this and if I was going to succeed or what. So like Zach said, I was just asked to kind of talk a little bit about what excites me about Zaya, and then how my team advanced and how I grew in the company so quickly. So I just kind of wrote down a few things. I'll try to go super quick. So my first thing that I feel like I've told my team is just to be confident with yourself. I think that's kind of key with direct sales in the 2 months that I've learned, is just like being yourself and showing people how you really are, and that you can do this at home. I have 3 little boys, and I'm constantly doing videos and things, and they're running into my videos, and I don't ever crop that stuff out. I don't ever like go and be like, oh no, shoot, I need to end my live video because I have a little 2-year-old running around in the background. No, I think people, especially women our age, they like to see that kind of thing, and they like to see that it's working for people, and for people like us with kids, or who are doing other things at home. So just first having confidence, and I know that's hard for a lot of people. I actually used to manage a nonprofit, so I had to get over my fear of public speaking very quickly in that. So being behind a phone is actually a lot easier for me because I don't have to see people. So just practicing and doing it as much as you can, I feel like really builds that confidence. Also just like getting to know the products and smiling and just showing people that you're excited and happy. I've had a few of my reps that have signed up under me that have started and were just kind of, you could tell they were nervous, but then as you know, I've kind of coached them, and as we've learned together over the past couple months, I feel like that's the main thing, is just smiling and just really getting to know your products and showing people so that they trust you. 2, my second thing is go live on social media as much as you can. The more you do it, the easier it's going to be for you, and the less scary it is. If you have to start by like telling people that you're not going to look who's on and you're not going to answer questions till the end, that's okay too, because if it helps you just to kind of focus on what you're doing, showing the products and things, you can always go back and you can send them a message later. But if that helps you, that's kind of helped me in the very beginning, is just ignoring what was going on in the live and just really focus on showing the products and just getting people excited about what I had to share. That kind of gives people the opportunities to ask questions where they might not send you a DM or an email otherwise. So, and also with how Instagram and Facebook work with the algorithms, it reaches people who wouldn't otherwise see your posts. So when it says that you're going live, that's reaching a lot bigger audience than just the 20 or 40 people that are going to see your post in that hour. My third tip is to be consistent. So whether that's with your parties, your in-home parties, your social media, just be consistent. Try to like set goals for yourself. If you have to try to find one person a week to host a party, or don't like go on a hiatus for a week and then all of a sudden one day post 5 pictures. Like that's confusing, I feel like, for people and customers. So just really being consistent. If you post 2 times a day, then just try to be consistent and post 2 times a day. don't lag and then pick it up. I feel like that's worked really well for me. And I feel like my customers know that, hey, she's probably going to post something today and it's probably going to be a selfie of her in your mirror, but hey, they know that it's coming. So my fourth tip is to just host all the parties that you can. I actually personally have never hosted an in-home party yet. Honestly, the idea kind of terrifies me, but I've had several really good Facebook parties. And that is the gift that keeps on giving. So you have parties, and then if you can book more parties and then you book parties from there, it can honestly be such an advantage for you, because you can just keep going and going and going. And then my last tip, I think, was just to touch base with your current customers. I feel like being in this, I've learned that if you can get some really, really good customers who trust you, they're going to come back and they're going to be there every Wednesday morning, and they're going to be asking you what the new product is, and they're going to be buying it Wednesday afternoon. So just make sure that you're building trust with your current customers. I try to track their shipments closely, and then 2 to 3 days, like reach out to them, see how the fit and the fabric are, see if they need a different size. At this point, usually I'll also tell them like, hey, we also had this come out this week, if you want to order it. And just for being a VIP customer, I'm going to offer you 10% off. So offering something like that, if you can, and you have the ability to offer that. And then last is just to form a good team if you can. Don't be afraid to reach out to people. If you see an Instagram account that is like a fitness instructor and you think, man, she'd be really good, she's posting pictures anyway, don't wait for them to contact you. Reach out to them and say, hey, listen, this is what I do. I stay at home and I do this. I see you're already posting. So you can do what I do, and you can make money on the side doing this. And you'd be surprised how many people are like, actually, yeah, that's really exciting. I haven't seen you. I haven't seen or heard of Zaya before. And so just giving yourself as many opportunities to reach out to people, because people have a hard time reaching out to you. So if you can make the effort and reach out to them, it's going to change. I think that was kind of all that I wanted to say. I've formed a really good team. We're still small. I think there's only 15 of us right now. But I couldn't advance to director without their help. So I want to just publicly say thank you for my team just working super hard. And I think as long as you can be a good leader for your little team, you can make huge changes and big steps in your business personally. So yeah, hopefully something that I said was helpful, but thank you again for having me on. And I look forward to hearing from everybody else. So thank you.
No, Allie, that's exactly what I wanted. That's exactly what I was looking for.
Perfect.
So thank you very much. And there's a couple.
Thank you.
The first thing you talked about was confidence. And I know that for all of us, confidence is hard. Confidence is one of those things that doesn't come natural to most people. And to get that, especially when you're dealing with this, it can be hard sometimes, but I think that's such a huge tip. And I think that helps so many people. And the other thing I think that is really, really important about what you said is constantly doing parties. Facebook parties, live party, whatever it is. It doesn't in-home parties, because I know a lot of people have tons of success with in-house parties or wherever it is. Parties, you guys know, I preach this. Amanda's laughing because she knows what it is. Parties are the lifeblood of this business. And if we're not doing parties, we're not growing. So this is exactly right. And I appreciate it, Allie. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
On Hit Director, and thank you for your time.
Thanks so much.
Ashley, you can unmute yourself if you'd like. If you want. Okay, perfect. So you had at least three enrollments last month, and I don't know if it was more or three, but it doesn't matter. Really, what I want to talk to you tonight about, or what I kind of want you to talk about, is how you made January such a good month for you. What was it? I don't know if it was something in December you were doing to make sure January was good. So talk a little bit kind of about how long you've been with Zaya, kind of what you've gone through, and kind of how you're growing at this point in time, because I think you've got a great story.
Oh, thanks. So I double ranked in January, which I did not think was going to happen. I was just a rep, signed a bunch of people, 3, and then 1 on the 1st of February, and hit senior director. So that was really cool. But in December, my business had kind of been going really well with sales, but I decided I wanted to build a team. So I'm sure a lot of you have no idea about my story whatsoever. But joining Zaya Active has literally changed my life. Like, in so many ways, I can't even tell you. I decided that after seeing how Zaya changed my life, I wanted to bring other women into this with me and give them the same opportunity to change their lives. And I won't get into my story that much just because it's kind of crazy and it's super long, but I wanted to make other women feel the way that I felt. And so I started kind of doing some research, and I'm a very left brain, like type A personality. And so I do a ton of research, like to a fault. So I kind of did some research into Facebook algorithms and network marketing training. And I found 4 things that I was like, okay, in January, I'm going to do these 4 things. I'm doing them every single day or every single week, and they're going to change my life and change my business. So the first thing, just like what Ali said, was live videos. Facebook invested a ton of money, like almost $1 billion, into doing live videos. And so I went live once a week, something not related to Zaya Active. So nothing to do with my business, but I talked about me, I talked about my life, I talked about what I was doing, and I started building relationships. And I took advantage of the Facebook algorithm, and I went on like 6 to 8 minutes before my video, and I'd go comment on a bunch of people's posts. And if you guys don't have your Facebook friends saved in different lists, I would specifically comment on people who I'm interested in. They're people that I want to join my team. They're people I want to have around me. And so I'd comment on their things so that it would build engagement. And then every single day, whether I did a live video or not, I reached out to 5 different people and just commented on their photos or sent them a message, hey girl, how are you doing? And I did most of it by Facebook voice message so that it's more personal. And then the next big thing, so that was kind of the one, was like Facebook Live. The next big thing is the Miracle Morning. So I don't know if any of you have heard of the Miracle Morning. It's a book by Hal Elrod, and it is everything. So it's a book that teaches you how to prioritize your life, prioritize your morning, and get things going. And they have one for network marketers as well. So I did that every single day. And I started my day off with affirmations and visualization. And I would put things out there like, today I'm going to sign someone up. Today I'm going to get out of my comfort zone, and I'm going to meet someone new, and I'm going to talk to them about this opportunity. And so every single day I went over it over and over and over. And I set goals, and I mapped out my goals every single week. And then I started to hit those goals. So then those goals grew and they got bigger. And so I seriously, every single one of you should read Miracle Morning or listen to it. I have an Audible version. So if you don't have any Audible, I'm super happy to send it to you. I can send you guys the free book. And then the next thing I did was I utilized already established Facebook groups. So I joined about 5 Facebook groups last month, and I started interacting with their members and doing live videos in their groups with their permission, of course. And actually 2 of my downlines from last month met me through a live video I did on my story, which my why and the reason that I joined Zaya Active, and 2 of them reached out to me. I didn't talk to them, and they said, we want to work with you. And I was just like, okay, like you just watched a video that I did, like, cool, whatever. And so they joined, and I don't know if they're on the call, but they're amazing, and they're going to go places, and I'm super excited for them. And then the last thing that I did was I aligned myself with a mentor in the MLM industry. She is not with Zaya. She's been doing network marketing for a very long time, but I talk to her almost every single day. I meet with her. I watch her trainings. She's amazing. And so I have someone who can give me honest, raw feedback about what I'm doing wrong. And it's kind of changed everything. I've changed my whole game as far as how I'm running my business. And it's been amazing. And so if you don't have a mentor or someone you want to go to, not necessarily your upline, but someone that you admire, it doesn't have to be a network marketing. It has made all the difference in the world. And we have so many amazing directors and now executives, which is crazy. And they would be amazing people to reach out to as well, because it's always good to get feedback from other people. And part of that with my mentor is she helped me put together a training video library in addition to our training page. But I have things listed on like all the extra business supplies that I have and different ways that I do my live videos and different resources and different trainings. And so I kind of aggregated all of that into one place. And then I aggregated links in my team page to where, you know, they'll see, oh, this is the Zaya team training page, or this is this person's group, or this is this person's live party. So you can go around and check. And I mean, I can't speak for my team, but it's helped me a lot because now I'm able to keep recruiting, keep talking to other people, and I'm not spending all of my time on one-on-one training. And that has been really, really helpful for me. So that's kind of like what I focused on in January. I've signed 1 person up so far in February. I'm hoping to like hit 5 or 6 this month. I don't really know. We'll see where it goes, but it's been really cool. And yeah, that's it. I don't know.
Okay, so first of all, I love it. And at some point, all of you will, if I don't, is there a place where they can hear your story? Because the reason you joined Zaya, and again, I don't, for one, we don't, it's, I know it's long and sometimes it's very emotional, but is there somewhere, have you recorded it, or is there somewhere that people, if not, I know we're going to do one eventually where we can get your story out, because it's an incredible story, and it's an incredible thing that, your story is very impactful for a lot of people. And so that's the reason I ask, is if there's somewhere where people could go and watch it, or if it's recorded somewhere.
I mean, I post a lot about it on my Facebook page. So because it was such a huge thing that happened in my life. So it's kind of like, long story short, I almost died last year. So like going from that to where I am today and like just the progress. But there is a video. It's a very long video. I don't know if anybody would watch it. It's like 45 minutes long, but it talks about everything I went through and then the healing process after. But I don't know. I might do something on it, but I think Erin has kind of.
We have it, and that's why. And again, but that's not. I would love it to. You know, I know Erin might talk about it at some point, but it's a really cool story, and hopefully at some point each of you guys can see it, because what she's gone through, what you've gone through, and it's an incredible story. And I know it hasn't been easy. And again, you've been in Zaya for how long? When did you sign up?
September 23rd.
And you ranked advanced from junior rep to senior rep. So you skipped over junior rep. Yeah, you were rep and you went to senior rep in January, which means that was kind of the first month where you really took off. And what I noticed more than anything about what you talked about is that you decided, there was a conscious decision on your part to do it. It was like, I have to do this now, and this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to learn how to do it. Doesn't matter how. There was a conscious decision on your part to become successful.
Yeah. One thing that I've noticed with myself after everything that happened to me is that if I don't wake up in the morning and decide that I'm going to make it a good day, it won't be. So literally every morning, and that's why the miracle morning was so big for me, is I woke up every morning with a purpose and made sure that that day was a good day. And I think that just across the board, regardless of where you're coming from, in network marketing, you need to decide that you're going to make a difference. You need to decide you're going to recruit someone, decide you're going to sell your product. And that's the only way you're going to do it.
Well, that is awesome. I know this won't be the last time we hear from you. You are just like your team. You're going places, and we're so excited to have you a part of Zaya.
Thank you. And thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Okay, I've muted you, so you're good. Amanda, let's unmute you. I know we've gone over a little time, but these are such good stories, and there's hopefully you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. I hope you are, because this has been an amazing call, and it's not about us. It's about you guys and kind of your stories. Amanda, let me talk. I want to make sure I can hear you still.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. So I also invited Amanda on the call, who is a director who many of you know as Zaya Baltimore. If you follow her on Instagram, if you know her, she's been just so much that she's done. And what I wanted her to talk about, kind of what I've asked her to talk about, she's going to talk about a few different things, but she was when she signed up, you were out there alone in Baltimore. You were out there on the East Coast all by yourself, because there was so much going on the West Coast, Utah, Arizona, Nevada. And what you've been able to accomplish and the team you've been able to create, and now your team is all over the country. But I wanted you to talk a little bit tonight about how you were able to do that, kind of what you did to become so successful in a market where really there was nobody out there.
Yeah. So I'll make this brief, because I know East Coast, it is past our bedtime. But basically have a launch party within the first month. That's something that I actually didn't do. And I wish that I had. I waited 2 months to have mine. So I wish that I had done it sooner. But the launch party was pretty insane, because I was the first Zaya rep. So no one had heard about it. And I invited all my friends from the gym. We're a CrossFit gym, so it's very close. So everyone came, and I invited my friend Megan, who we weren't besties yet, but that's how I got one of my first reps, was at the launch party. So I think that was like the very last day of the $250 deal in September. So I signed up in July, and I didn't get my first rep until the very last week of September. And actually that day, I think I signed up 4 or 5 reps that day on the very last day of September. And Let's see. I had went to the gym for a while with Megan. She didn't really know that I sold Zaya until she came to the party. When I invited her to the parties, when she knew. So I wasn't really that great at sharing that I was selling it at first because I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it. But then after the party, I was like, I actually can make quite a bit of money doing this. So that's when I really started to try to share Zaya. And I would say for people that are starting a new place, the biggest thing for me is as much as you can to build an inventory as quick as possible. I try to have something in every size, extra, extra small to extra, extra, extra large, because people want to see the clothes. They want to try on the clothes. If I had everything in my size, it would be really difficult for people to see how it fit on them. So I think it's really important to have just one shirt, one pair of pants in the size. It doesn't even have to be in the same pattern, but you can say, oh, well, the Bumbles fit like the Jokers. So you can try those on, or, well, the Jokers are out of stock right now. But just make sure you have something in the size for people. And I would definitely highly suggest to join a gym because that's really important. That's probably where I get 80% of my sales is from just a close, tight-knit community that CrossFit is. Not saying to join a CrossFit gym, but it's helpful when you have people that it's kind of like a family. They trust you, like a small yoga studio or boutique studio. They have a lot of them now, Orange Theory. So all of that really helps. That's where I get a lot of my sales. So if you can join a gym, that would be good. I know that's not possible for some people, of course. And let's see what else I have here. I had chatted with Megan about what I should say, so I'll give her some credit. She said you have to get over yourself and just know that people are going to say no, but they're not saying no to you. And you really have to teach them that what you're doing for them, it's a gift. And if they don't want to take it, that's fine. But you have to show them that you're solving a problem for them. Like, oh my gosh, my pants always fall down during double unders. Or, sorry, Zach, I pee all the time when I do double unders. So I need pants that dry quickly. So Megan posted a nice picture of when she pissed herself doing double unders and how quickly it dried, like within, I think, what was it, like 7 minutes? It was really fast. So, and a lot of people reached out. They were very happy that she did that. And then also just the last thing I'll talk about is just training new reps from the beginning. Danelle and I have a training manual that we made. It's very long. I'm sure for new reps that it's pretty daunting to read all like 30 pages of it. But I want all my reps to be independent as quickly as possible from me because I want them to then be able to start their own team and not have to rely on me all the time. I try to get back to people very quickly, but I do have a full-time job, so I'm with patients all day, so I'm not able to get back as quick as I would like to sometimes. But I have a training manual. Danelle is an awesome upline. She does little mini workshops. Like on a Sunday, we did workshops where a lot of people spoke. So we just do trainings so that we can all kind of have the same thing and are able to learn from each other, but also be independent and grow our own teams. And I think that's it.
That's it. Amanda, hold on. You can't mute yourself yet. I got questions for you. And I'm not going to talk about what Meg, I won't go into that. I know everybody else is probably one. I'm not going to ask about the peeing, but I did have some other questions for you. So being out on your, again, you started in Baltimore and you joined in July and it went till the very end of September and you did your kind of your big launch, right? You finally said, okay, I'm going to do this. And I think this goes back to everybody. It's almost that conscious decision of finally saying, I have to do this one way or another. And there's some that are just going to be, they just don't do it. They don't make that decision. And you made that decision to go and do it. And you haven't looked back. And you've got an incredible team. And I know that there's no way that any of you can hit that, senior rep, director, executive director, hit those ranks without a good team and a good downline. It is impossible. And so that just goes, but it shows that there's leadership. It shows that people trust you and it shows that how to work with people. And I love the training manual you guys have put together. I think it's very important because I think a lot of people, they join and they really they want to be successful. They just don't know how to be. And so the more that we can train those new reps, again, there's people on this call, there's new reps on this call that have been on, maybe joined this month. We've had a ton of new reps join just in the first 5 days, and it's very likely they're on this call tonight. And so if they don't know what they're doing, it's not that they don't want to be successful, they just don't know how to be successful. So I love that you guys have put that together, and I love how much you guys are enjoying this. You have a great team. There's so much fun between you guys, and you and I talk all the time. And there's so much passion, and I think that's very important that you love what you're doing. So again, congratulations. I know you have big goals for this month. I'm not going to announce it, but I think we'll have big things for you coming up later this month. And we'll see you in Las Vegas, obviously. And I'm so excited for everybody and for all of your achievements. Thank you again to Amanda, to Ashley, and Allie for being on the call tonight. Thank you for all of you guys for joining the call. We'll have this recorded. We'll send out a link tomorrow. So if you want to send it to your downlines for this incredible training and different things, different tips for them. But again, thank you guys for all that you do. We'll see a lot of you guys in Las Vegas in a couple of weeks. And then if there's anything we can ever do to help you guys, obviously you can contact us, Megan Cloward, our customer service team. And other than that, have a great night. Sorry to keep you guys. We are 9 minutes over, but I think it was worth it. So have a great night, everybody. And thanks again for all that you do. Good night.